Hello class, I'm Sean Glenn. I like to consider myself much like a river. A river is flowing, full of life, adaptable, and has the ability to change its world around it. Now, myself being much like the river, I like to go with the flow of things. Sometimes, you get all these new experiences and they may seem scary or not as exciting as you want them to be. But if an opportunity arises, I'm always the first person to open that door. I was a chef for 15 years. One of my employees asked me if I wanted to become a state center employee. And at first I wasn't very keen on the idea. So I looked at her and just kind of asked about it, and then it kind of seemed a little interesting. So I went with it, I went with the flow, and now I have the greatest job where I get to help people with intellectual disabilities overcome their obstacles in the world to help them move into the community. I also get the benefit of having paid vacations, paid sick leave, full health and medical. It's amazing. I love it. Another thing is, rivers are very full of life. Literally, they're teeming with little itty bitty creatures, bacteria, all kinds of plant life, everything. And much like that, I am very full with my life. I love life. I enjoy cooking, karaoke, hiking, gardening. I like playing with my son. I like teaching him how to run a business because he's a real entrepreneurial mindset. I didn't always love life. It was very difficult for me at some point, and this is where I'd like to bring in my first quote, which is, "Be who you are and say how you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." Some of you may recognize that. That's from the late, great Dr. Seuss. And that was our quote for senior year in my high school. I'm also very adaptable, much like the river. The river, when it comes to meet an obstacle, it almost always finds a way around that obstacle and still continues on its path. To continue on my path, I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles. Some of the obstacles include going to culinary school, but it not really being an accredited school. Now, not going to an accredited school means that none of the credits that I did in that school would transfer over later on in my career, such as now when I'm going back to school. I'm going to school to be a geneticist. And just like the river, I have the ability to change the world around me as a geneticist. There are a lot of really cool innovations that are going on right now in the world of genetics. Things that have happened recently are the cure for HIV and AIDS. This is on our front doorstep, people. Another thing that's happened is in China, they recently cured 5 adult patients of lung cancer. Lung cancer from smoking. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. So this is one of those things that definitely made me want to become a geneticist. And unless somebody like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to change. Nothing's going to get better. It's not. That's again from Dr. Seuss. Thank you everybody for coming and listening to my TED Talk.